So I'm going to talk to you today about arts advocacy. Art helps people. It helps us not only get to know and understand something cognitively, but also to feel it emotionally and physically. Engaging with art can help us see and think beyond the cacophony of information we digest every day. Art impacts and helps to create culture, archiving time and history, society, culture, and technology. I am particularly fascinated with how artistic movements throughout the world's history have always intersected social movements and social revolt. When expressed alongside politics, art can be used to push against oppression, violence, injustice, and inequalities. Understanding that art is a significant factor in a healthy cultured society, art must be integrated into how we educate ourselves. And arts or arts integrated education engages students and increases their learning and overall achievement. Arts integrated education improves students' literacy, language arts, and math skills. Students are motivated to learn from their environment and they develop critical thinking skills needed for adult life. Additionally, the arts reach students who might otherwise slip through the cracks. Students with different learning styles are supported. Learning art creates a feeling of connection and cooperation between students and art education creates schools that are exciting places for learning and discovery. Art education shapes us to be adults who are creative and imaginative, have strong problem-solving skills, build collaboration and communication skills, and increases the capacity for leadership. Students who study the arts in their school years are more likely to engage with the arts later in life as consumers, performers, or creators. Philadelphia is a great example of having a creative community that begets more art. When you consider the work of the Mural Arts Program, the many local community gardens, Philadelphia's artists like Marian Anderson or Sun Ra, and their legacies in the city, the public art dotting the nation's largest municipal park, Fairmount Park, you see a city in direct dialogue with art. It strengthens perseverance. If there's one thing I've learned as an artist is that you have to be willing to fail, try, and try again. Our consumption of art can help foster cross-cultural understanding and social tolerance for life in an increasingly global and culturally diverse world. A healthy consumption of art helps us to engage with otherness. Images and paintings and photographs can hold an entire historical moment in one image. For example, the Norman Rockwell image that was up earlier, that was Ruby Bridges. She was a 6-year-old African-American girl on her way to integrate an all-white public school in 1960 Louisiana. She was flanked by National Guard. That definitely evokes thinking backwards and not so far away. So, all of that to say, unfortunately, national studies have shown that policies like No Child Left Behind has led to a decline in arts education. There's less time in the classroom for art, fewer opportunities nationwide for art, and different access across communities. According to most teachers, schools are narrowing curriculum, shifting instructional time and resources away from subjects such as art, music, foreign language, and social studies, but towards math and English language. Out of most commonly offered arts program in schools, 97% of elementary schools nationwide don't offer dance and 90% don't offer theater. Also, in 2008, African American and Hispanic students had less than half of the access to arts education that their white peers did. So, how can you be an art advocate? There are many ways. There's the Art Advocacy Day, which is a multi-national arts action summit event that happens every year. It brings advocates from across the country to discuss and strategize arts funding, government support, and sustainability of the arts in America. You can also do other things that are more personal and close to you, like go to live performances and bring a friend. You can shop at your local small business, consider a season or a subscription to your local theater, house, or performance venues, and or donating to your local public radio and TV stations. Yes. And or, if you decide to hire an artist, a creative, a freelancer, pay them at their worth. Experience as payment. So in closing, art has the ability to make us wonderful humans, mindful and connected to our humanity. I choose to be an art advocate partly because I am an artist, but more importantly, art helps me to resist the forces that oppress me. I believe fostering an environment where art in all its forms and expressions can grow will create a more kinder and understanding world. So my personal hero in Philadelphia, Questlove, said, "Resistance doesn't mean revolution. It doesn't mean storming the barricades. Resistance means using art for the things that it does best, which is to create human portraits and communicate ideas and forge a climate where people of different races or classes are known to you because they make themselves known. In the simplest of terms, art humanizes. It opens the circuit of empathy, and once that process happens, it's that much harder to think of people as a part of a policy or a statistic. Art reverses the alienation that can creep in society. Woo! Thank you.